I'm Tessa Smith with Popternative. Hey guys, how are you?
What's
Hey.
up,
Oh
Tessa?
my God.
I gotta
Now you
say,
know the
I,
tone.
I I loved this movie, so I was like sobbing mess a couple times. Like, first of all, what are you doing to me? You wrote it too, so I'm looking at you.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's like I was like, okay, there's gonna be like one big cry at the end. No, there's more than one. I was not appreciative of that, but I did. I really enjoyed it. It really touched me.
Thank you.
And so for not you, since you wrote it,
Yeah.
but the other two, what was it that drew you to want to be a part of this project?
I'll go first.
Yes, sir.
Um, for me, I really connected to the material. I read it. I was like, oh wow, it kind of subverted a lot of your normal tropes that you would think like a romantic drama would go down. Um, I really loved the voice that it was written in, and then I could see it. I could see myself in it, I think when I read the script, I too was at this like intersection of my life, this like coming of self moment. Um, yeah, and they liked my ideas. I was like, shit, this is perfect.
I mean, yeah, in a similar vein, I think there was something, I mean, at the time I was like, there was no work coming in. So I was like, I'll pretty much read everything that comes my way. And luckily, this was such a beautiful script that I felt like I could see myself in. It's very rare to have a script that is written for somebody that looks like me. And to have her at the kind of like the node of this entire like web of story, it was very overwhelming. I felt the imposter syndrome immediately take in. I was like, I don't know if I can carry this. I don't know if I'm strong enough or good enough. And then meeting them and seeing the warmth and welcoming energy that radiated off of them, I knew immediately that this was something that I needed to be a part of. It's like having a family.
You're incredible. Don't say you didn't know if you could do it. You're amazing.
I mean, that's
so
a
good.
testament to the directing and the writing. He got it out of me and he wrote the words. I'm just a conduit.
I love it. So where did this inspiration come from writing this? Where's this all come from?
Yeah, so it's a little mishmash of things. There's a little bit of my ex-girlfriend, her sister was diagnosed with something, and it was sort of a little bit of like sort of finding my space within that and how to navigate it and how I was trying to be different because I didn't know how to be around her. And she was like, you need to be yourself because everybody else is acting different around me. And then finally seeing her sister for the first time post-diagnosis, and I'm thinking like she's gonna be sick and walking and looking like and she had this big smile and she was still her, joyous, beautiful, like exuberant self. And I was like, wow, Hollywood is really gets it wrong so many times in how they depict sickness and in this idea that like this idea of like sickness being this like death note. And in reality, like more people are surviving from this terrible illness than are dying from it. And that, this being able to sort of show that there is this, not making it a film about the sickness, because I think so often when people get sick, like their whole world becomes that. And they're actually like, I know what I'm dealing with. Like I need my world to not be just about that. And so being able to sort of put that on screen and most importantly, really just being able to show a woman and a strong Black woman like leading this thing and like, and being able to find that space where you really can see like, this is a movie about perseverance, it's about strength, and it's about love, and I think really being able to highlight that with people who look like us. I don't think we don't really get these movies. I think we get a lot of our trauma, and we are so much more than our trauma. I think that we are everything, and I think being able to just have a film, because a lot of people ask me, what's an inspiration for a film? Like, is it this movie? And they always name like Black movies, which is incredible. But like my inspiration for this film was Before Sunrise. You know, this film about where we really just get to, like these, like, you know what I mean? Like, when's the last time you just see us like just walk and talk and just like live and be who we are? And I think it was important to be able to tell this story, and hopefully it leads to more of them, you know, because I think that like we live our trauma every day. We don't need to see it when we turn our TVs on.
Absolutely. I love that. And so for you as a writer, like when you're filming, are you open to changes if anything is to come up, or are you kind of like, no, I wrote this, I
Absolutely
needed
not.
to
I
stay.
tell everybody, no, I tell everybody, get out of my way. Don't ever talk to me again. It's locked.
Big as a diva.
No. I'm like so open to collaboration, you know, because it's like if I write Molly and then I meet Arsema, it's like I need Arsema to inhabit Molly, right? So it can't be just what I love the idea of hearing from other people. And I think a lot of times actors are like, there will be times on set where actors would say things to me about like, hey, how do you feel about this? I'm like, I don't know why you're talking to me. And I was like, oh, I wrote this. I never I forgot that, you know what I mean? But I'm always like, yeah, tell me, because I want it to become yours, you know? Because like Molly belongs to me when I write it, but as soon as I give it to Arsema, she no longer belongs to me. She is hers. So what she wants to do with it, I have to be open to that collaboration. And I just happen to be with the best collaborators ever.
Oh, I love that so much. And then I want to ask you guys, for all of you, as you get towards the end, I mean, this is there's some heavy stuff happening.
Yeah.
So were you able to keep things light on set? Like, would you be like, okay, cut, and then try to not be so depressed, or like, how would you do that?
Absolutely not. There was a
No
must
way.
be depressed on set.
Signs everywhere you walk. Must
If I
be
see a
depressed, must be-
smile, you're out of there. Get the hell out. Like, what? I mean, I think there was always such a beautiful balance of making sure that they felt safe, you know, to go as deep as they needed to in certain scenes, and to be as vulnerable and to be able to try things, but then, you know, also not have us be in a dark hole to where it's like, I know once this does wrap for today, they need to be pulled out for their own, you know, safety and well-being, you know. So being able to strike that balance was always the goal.
And your direct, I mean, it could have been a lot darker than it needed to be, but I mean, it starts at the top with your director, and he is like truly a gem, and he's a actor's director, and he's also just extremely empathetic, and he really does understand like your how you feel that day. He's one of those people who just looks at you and he knows what today is for you, and he's just he's a steady hand and in a storm, you know, and so like it's a testament to how he directs and how he sort of like captains his ship.
Thank you.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Three-way hand five.
What is this?
There you go. I love it.
Trifecta.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And like I said, I love this. You had me a sobbing mess. So thanks a lot.
Oh
for
my goodness. Thank you so much, Tessa.
that. Have a good one, guys.
You too, Tessa.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.